Good morning and welcome to the daily weather operations brief. Starting us off today, we are off to a warm start out there with temperatures already in the mid to upper 70s. We're also seeing some light southwesterly winds across the region as high pressure continues to hold strong offshore. As we move through the morning today and into the afternoon, we'll also be anticipating these conditions that we're seeing currently with mostly clear skies remaining consistent. We'll see warming temperatures and gradually increasing winds, although those winds do look to remain below wind advisory. And we'll also see mostly dry conditions for the working day today, with only some slight rain chances possible in those overnight hours. Now, for the current radar analysis, looking clear in the area, and again, expecting that to be the case for the remainder of the daylight hours today. And as we look towards the rest of the day in the surface analysis chart here, we see that high pressure continues to sit offshore. That's generating these slightly breezy south to southwesterly winds. Right now, those winds are pretty light, but they will gradually increase throughout the day. And as we move through the day, we will see the upper ridge aloft holding. Temperatures will climb ahead of the approaching cold front, and we'll see highs ultimately in the upper 80s and possibly into the low 90s unless we see a shift in those winds to come more southerly earlier in the day. But definitely a good chance of getting some well above average, potentially record-breaking temperatures today. And for tonight, seeing the slight chance of some showers and thunderstorms working their way into the forecast with that cold front moving through after midnight. But with that being said, much of that activity also looks to be concentrated much more to the north or areas just to the west of Wallops, with many of the storms struggling to reach the exact overhead area of the Wallops main base. For our current weather out there on the field, seeing clear skies, unrestricted visibility. Winds are out of the southwest at about 6 knots, and our temperature is currently sitting at 78 degrees Fahrenheit and a relative humidity of 66%. And looking at the satellite imagery on the most recent scan here, we can see that this confirms clear skies, and for much of the mid-Atlantic that looks to be the case, so we can anticipate that for much of the day ahead. For the model run of the day here, this is the NAM high-resolution model on a 24-hour loop, and we can see those showers in that frontal boundary located just north of the area. This is a more bullish scenario. Many of the other models have those storms pushed further north away from our area, but this is potentially worst-case scenario. And even looking at this scenario, it does look like at most we would see some scattered showers and potentially some lightning, but particularly that looks more likely again up to the north. So we should remain dry, but there is certainly the chance that we see some precipitation this evening. Taking a look at the 24-hour forecast. 24-hour forecast here, looking at clear skies for the remainder of the day, and turning broken when that front approaches the local area. Slight chance of seeing those showers, especially after midnight again, and then a very slight chance thereafter with some lingering showers possible. And the temperatures for today climbing up to near record breaking temperatures, probably around 90 degrees later this afternoon, and winds gradually increasing before tapering off into the morning tomorrow morning. And for the short-term forecast here on Thursday, partly to mostly cloudy, slightly breezy, and seeing a slight chance of rain. We'll see the slight chance of that wind advisory coming through, and even some lower clouds possible. Thursday night continuing the trend with a slight chance of precipitation and a slight chance of seeing a wind advisory as well. And on Friday, we'll see cloudy conditions, a better chance of rain, and breezy conditions to follow, and a high of 60 with low clouds possible once again. So a rather dismal couple days ahead, unfortunately. But at that, it doesn't look to be a soaking rain, so it will not be a washout by any means. But that is going to conclude the daily weather operations brief. We'll be back at 10 o'clock with the 7-day outlook. Hope everyone has a great day.